and thanks for tuning in to another episode of Convince Me. I'm your host, Joy Hahn.
And I'm Desiree Desario.
And we're here to talk about the history of eSports. Where did they come from? Desi, tell us a little bit about it.
Believe it or not, the first type of esports game was created from arcade games.
What do you mean? Like when people were playing Pac-Man?
The 1970s were, yes, exactly. The one that you can basically put one quarter into.
Yeah.
That used to be your most famous esport game.
But I thought esports were defined by computers.
That's the first instant of a sports-like tournament where people gathered around in different arcade venues, actually. And they would compete to see who got the highest score on Donkey Kong or Pac-Man or little games like Mario Brothers.
That's my favorite. I like Mario Brothers.
Here we go!
See, those were big old games that people practiced in, and they were winning either arcade tokens, free playtime, and little things like that.
Yeah.
That was the first instance of an esports game.
But then how did they go from playing arcade games and playing kind of Nintendo, Mario Kart, those games, to what we have today?
Before that, Atari came out, and they said that, hey, these arcade games are making big bucks. Why can't we take this and put it into our home? So Atari came out, and they had this amazing development.
Hold on, pause. What exactly is Atari?
Atari, one of the first game consoles in the United States.
What? So what did they create?
You can take Pac-Man, Donkey Kong, any of your games, and you can play it at home with your brothers, sisters, families, friends, heck, even your grandma.
So Atari created a method to play those games at home?
Exactly.
Gotcha!
Exactly.
Now it makes sense.
Now see, this was a new type of thing that nobody even really knew about.
Yeah.
At least in the US. Japan heard about this and they thought, well, we can make some money off of this. Within the esports community, finally they realized that we're making big money by having these people play for competitive play rather than playing for, an adventurous, fun journey.
Well, how do those games translate to games like League of Legends, or are they the same?
Many PC games benefit from easier access to the internet in the 1990s, and now games can connect multiple people together to compete. In 1997, the first-person shooter game Quake was considered one of the first real instances of esports, drawing over 2,000 participants.
Well, what about the here and now? What happened from, I guess, the 2000s to today?
Dota 2, StarCraft, League of Legends, which are some of the top esport games at this moment.
Yep, heard of those.
If you notice, not only are they solely based on competitive play, but the developers of the game sponsor these competitive tournaments that you see now. Dota 2, StarCraft, the Riot Games, the company of League of Legends, they invest so much into their esports games that people are seeing this as not only just a competition with video games, but they're seeing it as a competition that's basic entertainment, media fun, the same stuff that you're now seeing on TBS and ESPN at this moment.
Dang.
And whether you know it and whether a lot of people know it, it's been around us for quite some time.
So how does esports transition to the future? I mean, what are we actually looking at? How are people, other than myself, going to take esports seriously?
What we're trying to figure out now is, can it be revolutionized as this new form of entertainment? Can it be revolutionized as not necessarily a sport, but this new thing that TBS and ESPN are taking as a new form of entertainment for our viewership?
We'll have to see. Stay tuned for our next episode. I'm Joy Hahn.
I'm Desiree Desario.
See ya.